In 1 month, from one client with just one Claude subscription, I was able to earn over $12,000, and 10,000 of those dollars was not even technical work. It was just admin. And it was understanding someone's problem and then creating a solution for them, which didn't involve any code. And I've been thinking about this because I tell people, yeah, I make websites, but when I'm looking at the numbers tell a different story, because the websites are not even the majority of my income at the moment. The space which they're going after, the problem which they're trying to solve, is quite nuanced, but it's a big opportunity. So what they're willing to invest and put into it is a good size of money. So first off, those are the people that you want to work with, people that are actually trying to do something where they're going to earn some money. Because if they're not, or they're not sure how what you're doing is going to help them, they're going to be skeptical about how much they have to put in. Like if you tell someone to put 10 grand in, but they could make hundreds of thousands, that's good value. But if you're trying to get someone to pay you £1,000 for something and they're not sure if it's going to give them anything, they're going to be much more skeptical. I just want to touch on this idea that Claude and ChatGPT and all of these tools where we're using AI, but we're using different connectors and MCPs, we're giving it a knowledge base. The valuable work that can do is not just writing code. The admin work that it can do is really valuable as well. Whether that's research or planning. In my case, this month it's been research, but then demonstrating that research in meetings as well. And what's been helpful for me is my Obsidian Vault has a CRM in it, and for each client, I know what their communication preference is, so I know how technical they are. So what I've actually found is that in the last meeting I had with this client, I was asking them, is there anything else you need from me? Is there anything else you need to see? And they were like, actually, we need you to join this next meeting with us when we demo this product to our customers. And I was like, yeah, that's absolutely fine. Because he was saying, basically, what you guys have done, me and Claude, what we've done has been absolutely second to none, was his description. And he said, we think that you've got a really good way of describing it. But it's because I've spent time thinking about how it would need to be described to them for it to make sense, so that I don't waste their time, so that we get straight to the point. And obviously I found that out through trial and error. And that's how I figured out their communication preference, as well as Claude figuring that out as well. And the way that I figured that out is because I was sending the client reports, but the reports were combining the information from Google Ads, Facebook Ads, the Google Analytics, which is just numbers. And if you've never looked at that before, it just looks like, it just doesn't make sense. Okay, what do I actually need to know out of this that's important? And that was when I started to think about the work I was doing for internal use and deliverables, or stuff which needs to be shown to someone. And the skills which I've set up in my vault, so I can just run client report in any of my project folders, and it will look at what is relevant to be able to give a report, whether it's just progress updates or whether it's actual stats. And then it gives me something based on what I need to know. You know, for example, if the stats have changed, how it compares to last week's report. That's useful for me to know so that I can understand, okay, this work which we've done this week has led to this change, or this that we're doing isn't making much of a change. And then how it's framed for the deliverable for the person who's going to read it, so that it aligns with what they actually care about. Okay, someone who you're running ads for cares about how many customers are we getting, right? They don't necessarily care about all of the technical details. It's like, how much money have we made? How many phone calls have we received? And so this is where I'm able to add more value, is really by understanding the problem people have. And they don't care what tool I'm using to deliver it. They just care that when they say something to me, that I understand it and that I can do something with it. They literally don't care that I haven't done this exact set of steps before or used this exact piece of software. He literally didn't even ask me that. And then when it's come to writing content, and because of the target audience is not someone I've written for before, I said to him, you're going to need to get someone to review this, because essentially I'm not sure how to write content that's suitable for that age group. And he's like, yeah, that's absolutely fine. Just do the best you can, and then we'll get it reviewed, and then we'll update it. Cool. All right. I think there's a couple of things there. Mainly that most of the money has come from admin work, not coding. And the other thing is, like, there's been so many situations where I've not done the thing before, but I've just got like some understanding of how it might be done, and then connecting things up so that it can be done by the AI. With this particular client, he didn't care what platform I used. He didn't care how I went about solving the problem, as long as it got solved. The people who are charging the most money are not necessarily the most technical or the best coders or the best wizards with AI, but they're the people who understand the problem the deepest and are able to produce a solution that the client wants.